What's going on, gamers? Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. We got an interesting topic here to cover. I was just kind of reading this, but I also want to talk about the PlayStation 6 launch, what I think it's going to be like, and just in general, something that needs to be talked about. Take a little bit of heat off of Xbox, 'cause I know Xbox fanboys are sitting over there. Look, there's Kleenexes on sale on Amazon, tissues, if you guys are kind of wondering if you need a lot of boxes for future AGN videos. Hey, just relax a little bit. But anyways, PCMF, as we know, this guy is obviously a PlayStation fanboy, which, like I said, you could be a fanboy for any console. That's okay. Just don't be giving people incorrect information the wrong way 24/7, like some of those Xbox content creators. And this has 3.3 million views. Is pretty crazy. But he says PS6 and next-gen PlayStation Portable, which is going to be like the Switch. We all know that. Set to launch next year, per reports. He kind of gets community noted here in a sense. Sony has not announced a PlayStation 6 release date or next-gen handheld. These are unconfirmed rumors. I'll agree with that. Why would you say you want to take away disc in 2028, but launch the PlayStation 6 in 2027? No, the PlayStation 6 is going to launch in 2028. I'm telling you right now. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. But what AGN wants to say is that I think the PlayStation 6 is going to be in the same situation as the PS3 when it launches. It's like, what do you mean by that? Well, it's not going to sell as much because of the price, but what I think is going to happen over time, it's going to be a whole PS3 type of situation, except the 360 is not going to be the Helix. The Helix is just done. That doesn't stand a chance. But with the PlayStation 3 and the PS6 situation, over time, Sony's going to drop the price because the market is going to crash, and they're going to get a surge of sales, definitely on a Black Friday holiday situation. They're going to manufacture millions and then be able to get cheaper deals and then start subsidizing, as they've always done that. They'll make up money by being all digital and all that other stuff. And that's what I was trying to tell Xbox fanboys, because they didn't understand the situation when I was trying to tell them that, yeah, the PS6 may be the most expensive PlayStation console of all time at launch. I'm thinking it's going to be like $800. And they're not, even if it's cost them $1,000, they're going to sacrifice that. I'm telling you, because they know they'll be able to make that back through digital only and PlayStation Plus and all that other stuff, like you usually do with accessories. But is it going to do PS5 and PS4 numbers? No. Will it sell out? Yes. But Sony is going to have to think about how they want to do that stock till the market is right. That's why I was saying that if you're thinking the PlayStation 6 is going to launch in 2027, you don't know what you're talking about. Sony does not want to pay those prices. What they're going to do is they're going to delay it into 2028, get better deals, and still have to, because of how powerful it's going to be. If you think about comparing to a PC, it's like, it's a no-brainer. No. It's going to smoke PCs that are going to be selling at around $800. Even if you try to get a PC for $1,000, there's no way it's comparing to a PS6. Go look at the price of an RTX 5080 just right now, or 6080, just by itself. NVIDIA said they're about to increase the price by another 33% or something like that, maybe up to 40%. AMD is going to start raising the prices of their cards too. Everybody is getting hit with this, and there's nothing you can do about it. But when it comes to the PS6, I'm telling you right now, Sony does not want to sell this no more than $800. And what they're going to do is they're going to subsidize. Trust me, they're going to subsidize. Everybody has done this historically. And I'm telling you, when the market crashes, they're going to drop the price and they're going to give you deals. Look at what they did with the PS5 Pro. Sony can do this. They do this all the time. Historically, they've done that. Obviously, Nintendo always has been the cheapest, but sometimes PlayStation is as well, too. And plus, they're with AMD. So what we're going to be seeing here is definitely a PS3 situation at first. I don't think the PS6 is going to be some console where you're going to be like, yeah, it's going to easily sell 100 million. That's going to take some time. And they're going to have to, like I say, do some price drops for sure and do deals to do a catch-up. But it may be a console that probably sells 60 million, 70 million. But that's still going to be very good. Because I think that Sony's going to be able to get to that just because of the fact, like I said, this market is not going to stay like this. In 2028, things change big time. Them abandoning physical is not going to affect the mainstream. Digital actually is only going to keep growing yearly. And we already see where it's at in the Xbox world. It's at 90%. We see where it's at in the PlayStation world. It's at 82%. And we're talking about just in general how much money they're making off of digital. It will eventually hit a 90% bracket in the PlayStation world with the PS6 launch. I promise you. And they're going to have a lot of games and a lot of classic games they're going to remake and sequels. Expect that. Their games will be fine. Who needs to worry is Xbox fanboys, because the PlayStation ecosystem has always been healthy and it has a very loyal fan base. I will tell you right now, yeah, 80-something% of the PlayStation base is 100% digital. Certain people probably buy physical games, and I'm not against people, like I said, continuing to fight for that. But Sony is correct when they say most people are going to convert. This is just like people saying right now, oh, we want GTA 6 to fail. And that's what people saying. They're praying for GTA 6 to fail. I'm like, you think God really is going to care about that? I'm just saying, that's all I'm going to say about that. That's such childish nonsense. No, there's nothing you're going to be able to do about that because of the way that everybody has supported things to be in the situation that is in. GTA 6 will be the most successful launch of all time. And it's going to launch with like 25 or 30 million pre-orders. You see some of this stuff on Twitter. It's absolutely hilarious because Zonic is obviously making some gamers mad. Understand that because they're teaming up with Sony. What do you want them to team up with the side chick, Xbox? What is that going to do for you to get your GTA 6 numbers? No, it's PS5 Pro bundles, PlayStation 5 bundles, and Sony's 100 plus million install base by the end of the year when GTA launches. They'll get somewhere around that in the holidays. And Nintendo's going to keep on raising up as well and probably pass up Xbox at the end of this year or at the beginning of next year. And then Rockstar's going to be focusing on a GTA 6 port for the Switch 2 while we're focusing on the PC port. I promise you this. Trust me on this. They are going to do that, and they're going to get it to work, even if they have to integrate mini frame generation or something like that. But they have DLSS. If you can get it to run on Series S, you're going to get it to run on the Switch 2. It's going to be fine. Trust me on that. But getting back to the PS6, he says a powerful home console and a less powerful handheld. Yeah, of course. I think the PS5 handheld should be somewhere around the PlayStation 5 specs. Or if it's a little bit more powerful, that's going to be nuts. Both would be capable of playing PS6, PS5, and PS4 games. Well, if the PlayStation 5 can do it, and the handheld is like a PS5 or a little bit more powerful, of course, it's going to be able to do that. What AMD now having, because of the technology, you're going to be getting FSR 4.5 or FSR 5 by that time, because it's going to be 2 years from now. So expect them to get the next gen stuff, or PSSR 3. That's something else we're going to be talking about. PS6 is going to have PSSR 3 and frame generation and multi-frame generation. Mark Cerny and them may actually have frame generation in development, and they'll be launching it next year. And multi-frame generation for PS6 at launch. And it's going to be able to play any game at 60 frames per second easily. Games at 120 frames per second, 240 frames. Get ready because you're going to be seeing stuff like that because it's going to be a high-end machine. Not just gaming console, but literally more powerful than 90+% of the PCs on the market. Because if you take a look at the Steam market, most people don't have high-end gaming rigs. They're like mid-rigs. So the PS5 Pro was making PC fanboys insecure. You actually saw that. Hey, I'm just saying, it was pretty obvious. Just like Xbox fanboys get insecure and go on PC and try to act like PC is superior over PlayStation because they lost and they can't handle that. So they're coping in the PC world, but that's the most expensive anti-consumer world lately. I mean, nobody's beating Nvidia and Microsoft when it comes to being anti-consumer. You can say what you want about PlayStation. It's not no trillion-dollar company. They also monopolized the hell out of Windows. And that's been garbage for a while. And supporting the AI manipulation that is massively fed by Nvidia and Microsoft. And that's the reason why you're getting priced out. And that's why I don't understand about Xbox fanboys, because they're so slow, they can't see that. I said, do you not realize the bigger picture here outside of your Xbox bubble that you really can't see past? And thinking because, oh, the Helix may get an optional extended disk drive. It's like, okay. Do you think people rushed in to buy PS5 Pros when it first came out because of that? They said that was too expensive. And there was no canceling physical at that time. How many people actually went to get the disc drive for the PS5 Pro? Most people just bought the PS5 Pro. I'm telling you, it's all fake. Like, so putting that on a console that literally does not buy any games, definitely physical, because it's all renting and discless Series S models. Please don't tell me when a Helix shows up for like $1,300 or $1,500, even if you get that lucky, you're going to see a huge crowd go and buy that because some physical disc is there, when all third-party publishers are telling you, I'm going digital only, because PlayStation is doing it. It's over. You weren't supporting me anyways. Now I had to get paid to put something over there. AGN speaking facts, isn't he? And it's like all of them are saying they're going digital. because that's the move that Sony's doing. So they're following Sony because that's where they got the third-party support at the most. Not in the Xbox world. Nobody was buying games there. And in the Steam world, oh, Steam was supporting me. Guess what? Steam is digital. The only physical preservation is in the Nintendo world. And that's why I was trying to tell people that, do you really think Xbox Helix getting an optional disc drive that you have to go pay more money for after we're paying over $1,000 easily, you'll be in, yeah, I'm telling you, easily $1,200, $1,300 plus the disc drive, you're going into the Steam machine price. There's no way in hell a majority of gamers are going to go flock and do that and miss out on PlayStation exclusives, PlayStation third-party money hats, when you could just have the PC already, which is on Steam, all digital anyways. Hypocrites, you're all fake. I'm just calling you out. So yeah, don't sit here and try to tell me this stuff. That's why I said that the PS6 launch is going to be successful, but it's not going to be like PS5 and PS4. But over time, it'll make room and improve, and it's going to smoke the Xbox Helix, which ain't going to even reach 10 million sales. And they're going to have hybrid OEM Xbox models on PC. They're going to try an Xbox handheld too. Nobody's going to buy it. Only diehard fanboys. It may sell a few million at most, like the PC OEM models and the Helix, but it's going to be a Steam machine situation, except the technology is going to be a lot better. But guess what? People are attached to their Steam profiles. So if you already have a high-end gaming PC, why do you care about Xbox? When you could play all Xbox games on PC and still have Steam, what are they really doing that's changing the game? They can't play the exclusive game because you can't lock anything in that ecosystem. AGN has just been trying to tell people that for quite some time. So that's why I was saying when it comes to the PS6 launch specifically, Sony is the one that needs to worry about just being in a PS3 situation because of themselves. Xbox is not a threat. I'm sorry, it's not. So that's what I think about the PS6. I'm not thinking 100 million. I'm thinking like 60 to 70 million. And if Sony extends the console for a very long time and actually drops the price a lot and gives people deals, then they'll be able to play a catch up. Remember, PS3 played catch up. That's why I said, to me, this is a PS3 situation with the PS6. But it's going to be successful. And because it's going to be all digital, they're going to be able to make more money than the PS4 and the PS3 generation. But PS5, we're going to see about that. But you kind of already get the idea here. And it's going to have a lot of cross-gen support with PlayStation 5, with the handheld and the PS5 Pro, but they'll probably end up taking that off the market because the PS6 will replace that. And Sony may do a PS6 Slim and maybe a PS6 Lite. You never know what they might do. We have to see how everything plays out in that moment. But if you ask me when the PS6 is coming out, there's no way the PS6 is coming out in 2027. I do not believe you. I'm going to say easily 2028, and that would be the right thing to actually say and the right thing to want. You want this price to be right. You do not want it to launch with a disc drive. It's going to be too expensive. What you should want is for Sony to give you an optional disc drive to play PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 games. I don't know about PS3 though. Good luck with that. But PS5 and PS4, yes. And for the discs that still are being able to be manufactured because they launched before 2028, you want that to be carried over there. And if they do that, I think things are going to be fine because Microsoft is not going to be able to do anything different if third-party publishers are saying, no, Sony said after 2028, there's no more discs, so I'm not doing it either. I'm not doing that for just Xbox. We're going to have to find something else, right? I mean, it's right there in front of you. Think about it. So that's what I kind of wanted to talk about in this video. Going down, though, like I said, he got community noted. The current plan is to get mass production in mid-2027. Maybe, but I think they may actually wait to 2028 so the prices get better. Prices continue to rise for RAM and could cause a delay, but for now, 2025 is the launch time schedule. No, dude, I do not believe that. Sorry. Looking forward to hear more on the handheld. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Okay, dude, you're slow. Okay, so PS6 Portable is getting a docked mode. Yeah, it's going to copy Nintendo's method. So, yeah, you know you're going to see this, though. This stuff is going to come down here. This is absolutely hilarious. Some of that stuff cracks me up. But anyways, I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. Become a member, leave a tip down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Xbox fanboys, relax. Keep on gaming no matter what platform you're on or if you're on Steam app. Later. Remember, Nintendo is the solution if you want physical preservation, not Xbox. Sorry. No.